On the eve of Dr. King's birthday that we're all going to be celebrating tomorrow, for those that have the day off, I know many of you are going to spend time with your family or just kind of vegetating and whatnot. But there was a time where we didn't have this day off. And I can remember one particular year, I believe it was in 1989, maybe it was 88, where I was in school at the time. I went to Catholic school. And back then, they didn't really observe that holiday as an official holiday. It was more or less an optional holiday for them to use, or to allow students, faculty, and staff to take the day off. Unlike Christmas, Thanksgiving, all those other holidays, you get the day off, where you get a week off or 2 weeks off, so on and so forth. But that particular year, my mother kept me home from school, and she didn't go to work that day. I guess in solidarity, in terms of protesting the companies, the corporations, and schools that didn't observe the holiday, to allow their employees and students to take the day off. So I didn't go to school that day. I went to school the next day. My teacher asked me at the time, "Why didn't you show up for class yesterday?" I said, because it was Dr. King's birthday and we should have had the day off. I don't remember what the conversation transpired afterwards. I most likely got in trouble for taking the day off, but I brought this video up to show a point that this day has now, over the course of years, has become less significant, like most other holidays, like, say, Labor Day, Memorial Day, in some cases Easter and Christmas and all this other stuff, where it had a significant meaning. If you folks get what I'm saying, you will probably get it. And it's just like, for some, it's going to be another day off for them. They're going to probably relax, do whatever they want on that day, and not really think of anything of Dr. King. And they'll go back to work or their usual schedule like nothing happened. Like it was just an extended weekend. But we should not forget, as people, of his work and contributions to society. Not only Dr. King, you had Malcolm X. I know some people don't like him because of his stance in terms of civil rights. He had a different approach than Dr. King. I mean, you have others like Marcus Garvey, and there's so many I can name off the top of my head, but I want to focus on Dr. King for his nonviolent stance on segregation. So if we're not careful and not really truly observe the holiday like how it's supposed to be, or really just count our blessings, we can go back in a matter of signing of a pen, where we're back to the way we were post-civil rights movement, whereas we will be segregated again if we're not careful. History, like I said, has a bad habit of repeating itself, and it's really not a good habit to repeat history in that context. So we need to think about and really pay attention to the significance of these holidays when it comes around, and not just look at it as another day off like most of us have, and get caught up in the commercial hype that these holidays have now been portrayed in the media. I'm sure Dr. King will not be pleased in the condition. I know I'm going off topic, but I'm trying to illustrate a point, because the black community right now is not in a greatest shape. I mean, you can see countless videos, countless articles online. I mean, sites like World Star Hip Hop is promoting a lot of this nonsense. And I'm sure if Dr. King was alive today, he would not approve of it. Neither would Malcolm X, neither would all these civil rights leaders that have fought so hard to end the Jim Crow, end segregation, and the nonsense that kept blacks and whites and other nationalities and races separated because of the draconian laws of its time. And it seems like we as black people are going backwards. I know some of y'all may not agree with me, but all you have to do is step out of your house, out of your apartment complex, out of your project unit, and see for yourself. It's right there. We're going backwards, people, and if we're not careful, history has a bad habit of repeating itself. So you may ask, what are the solutions then? Well, start with yourself. Start by taking care of and taking inventory of your community, where you live at. You know, clean up after yourself. Make sure your children have good manners. That's one start. You know, be good parents to your children and not letting them do whatever they want to do, and show some type of discipline at the same time. That's what's wrong with our community. We lack certain discipline. We're loud, we're ratchet, we're ghetto at times, and there's others that are stuck up and bougie. And some of us are even ashamed to be called black or want to identify ourselves as being black. And that's a whole nother video topic, but I just want to point out that we got to do better for people. We got to do better than what we are, and we got to start looking at the mirror, looking at ourselves, and see what the problem is and find the solutions instead of looking for others for the solution. You be that solution. You be part of the solution, not part of the problem, because there's too many people being part of the problem and not actually being part of the solution. So I'm going to end this video right now by saying, let's not look at this date as a day off, but try to do something in your community tomorrow to better and honor the life and times of Dr. King. So until then, take care and peace.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough